I put my hand on it. The surface was warm, smooth, like touching glass, but it wasn't glass. And then I started seeing things, zeros and ones, flooding my mind faster than I could process. That's Sergeant Jim Penniston of the United States Air Force, describing what happened on December 26, 1980, when he touched something in Rendlesham Forest, something that, according to him and 14 other military witnesses, shouldn't exist. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another UFO story, probably exaggerated or explained by something boring. And honestly, I thought the same thing. But I spent weeks digging through declassified documents, listening to the original audio recordings, and reading the official military reports. And the more I dug, the more uncomfortable I got. Because this isn't like other UFO stories, this one has evidence. Physical evidence, audio recordings, military documentation, radiation readings, and government files. And after more than 40 years, no one has been able to explain what actually happened. So, let's go through this together. I'm going to walk you through exactly what went down over 3 nights in December 1980, and you can decide for yourself. First, you need to understand where this happened. Rendlesham Forest, England, right between 2 American military bases, RAF Woodbridge and RAF Bentwaters. And here's the important part. These bases stored nuclear weapons. The people guarding them were elite U.S. Air Force security, trained to identify aircraft and protect nuclear arsenals. Not exactly the type to see things that aren't there. The area had constant patrols, radar coverage, and sensors. Nothing was supposed to enter that airspace without being tracked. That all changed on December 26, 1980. Just after midnight, a security patrol sees lights descending into the forest. Their first thought? A downed aircraft. 2 airmen, John Burroughs and Jim Penniston, are sent to investigate. They're expecting to find wreckage. Instead, they find a triangular craft about 9 feet across, hovering silently on beams of light in a small clearing. Penniston describes the surface as a smooth, seamless metal covered in symbols like hieroglyphics. And this is where it gets truly strange. He says he touched it. The surface was warm, and the moment he made contact, his mind was flooded with binary code, zeros and ones. His radio stopped working. The forest went completely silent. Then the craft lifted, maneuvered impossibly through the trees, and shot off at an incredible speed. When they got back, they filed a report. They found 3 impressions in the ground in a triangular pattern. Radiation readings were significantly above normal, and trees had burned marks. This was physical evidence, measured, photographed, and documented. And this is where most UFO cases end. But this one didn't, because it came back, night 2. The Deputy Base Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt, hears the story and is skeptical. He thinks his guys mistook the nearby Orphan Nest lighthouse for something else. So he decides to go out there himself with a team, radiation detectors, and a tape recorder to debunk the whole thing. We have that tape. It's public record. It starts with Holt narrating professionally, taking routine measurements. Then the radiation readings start jumping. He sounds confused. Then someone on his team spots a light. You can hear the change in Holt's voice. The professional tone drops. There it is, moving through the trees. It's back. He starts describing multiple lights moving in patterns. One of them looks like a pulsing, winking eye. Then one of the objects shoots a beam of light down at their feet. And then another beam toward the weapons storage area. You can hear the fear in his voice. This is unreal. It's coming toward us. The tape runs for 18 minutes as the lights follow them, then vanish. Holt wrote an official memo to the British Ministry of Defense documenting everything. Their response? No defense significance. Case closed. But Holt knew what he saw wasn't a lighthouse. So why is this case different? Most UFO cases are just eyewitness testimony. Rendlesham has physical evidence. Ground depressions, radiation readings, tree damage, and an 18-minute audio recording of a senior military officer documenting the event in real time. Skeptics say it was a lighthouse, but these soldiers patrolled there every night. They knew what the lighthouse looked like. They say it was a meteor, but meteors don't hover, return on multiple nights, or leave radiation. They say it was a mass hallucination, but hallucinations don't register on Geiger counters or burn trees. Every conventional explanation falls apart. Now let's talk about what happened to the witnesses afterward. This is the part that really bothers me. John Burroughs developed serious health problems, heart issues, migraines, PTSD. When he filed for VA benefits, his military medical records were classified for national security reasons. Why would medical records from a lighthouse sighting be classified? Eventually, the heavily redacted records were released, confirming his health problems began right after the incident. Jim Penniston's story gets even stranger. Years later, he claimed he remembered what the binary code was that flooded his mind. He'd been writing it down for years, 16 pages of ones and zeros. When it was decoded, it revealed coordinates for ancient sites, like the Nazca Lines and the pyramids of Giza, along with a message: exploration of humanity. Continuous for planetary advance. I know how that sounds, but Penniston has passed multiple lie detector tests and has never tried to profit from his story. And Lieutenant Colonel Holt? He's now retired and has gone public, testifying that he believes it was extraterrestrial. This is a decorated military officer with a 30-year career, and both the British and American governments still refuse to properly investigate. Here's what we know for sure happened after the incident. Files were classified, witnesses were told to keep quiet, and the radar data from those nights destroyed. Standard protocol is to preserve radar data for decades, but the Rendlesham records are gone. Why destroy evidence for something with no defense significance? It doesn't add up. And it's not an isolated event. Similar incidents have been reported at nuclear sites for decades. There seems to be a pattern. Whatever these things are, they seem very interested in our most dangerous technology. So after all this, here's where I land. Something happened in Rendlesham Forest. The question is, what? Was it extraterrestrial like the witnesses believe? Was it secret military tech? Or something else entirely? I don't know. What I do know is that the official explanations don't hold up. The government's behavior classifying medical records, destroying radar data. That's not how you handle a simple misidentification. That's how you handle something you don't want people asking questions about. 44 years later, we still don't have answers. You can't explain the radiation, the ground traces, the audio tape, or the classified medical records. Whatever was in that forest changed lives, and the mystery remains. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think happened? Drop your theory in the comments. I've linked all the primary sources in the description. The Holt memo, the audio recording, the declassified documents. Go through them yourself. If you want more evidence-based mysteries that governments can't explain, subscribe, because we're just getting started. The truth isn't just in conspiracy theories. It's buried in the official records. You just have to be willing to look. Thanks for watching.